Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're going to be going over how to make a speed hack internally using JNI in Minecraft 1.8.9 C++. So this is a continuation to my last video where I went over how we can hook WGL swap buffer in order to render our own IMGUI menu. And in this video, I'm going to be going over how to actually make a speed hack using JNI. So as you see, I have everything here. It's the exact same from the last video that I made. So if you don't have this, go ahead and watch how to make an internal cheat, a Minecraft internal cheat C++ tutorial. So yeah, we're just gonna start right off. The first thing that we're gonna need to do is go ahead and download Java SE development kit. This is in the description. So you're going to download the 64-bit version of this. You have to make sure that it's 8U202. It's very important that it's 8U202 because 1.8.9 works with Java 8. So we don't want to be using any functions that aren't readily available in the actual Minecraft version that we have. And you're also going to want to go ahead and download and install the Java SE runtime environment. Go ahead and download the Windows version right here. Make sure, yeah, Windows version. And go ahead and download and install those. It's going to require you to make an account. Just do it. There's no way around it. So just make an Oracle account and then download these and install them. And make sure they're for the right system. So yeah, so go ahead and download those. After you've downloaded those, go ahead and restart your computer and then come back to Visual Studio. And in here, we have to actually add this to our project. So we're going to go to Properties and we're going to go to... go ahead to your C++ and then you go to your general and go to your additional include directories and go ahead and hit edit. You click this folder icon, click the three dots, and then we're going to go to where it's installed. So mine's the default path. If you don't change anything in the installation, is in program files. It's in Java. It's in JDK 1.8.0_202, and then go to include. And I'm just going to copy this path and hit select folder. You're going to click this again and go back to that and open Win32 and do both of those. So hit OK, hit apply. There we go. Now we're going to go to the linker and we're going to go to input. And for additional dependencies, we're going to go to edit. And for additional, we now need to go back into our file explorer and go to that path here and go back to we're gonna go back to the this part and go to lib, or sorry, that's Jerry. This is the Java runtime lib. We want to go to inside this lib right here. Oops, sorry. Go into the lib right here, and you'll see something called jvm.lib, which is gonna be the library. So we're gonna go. And we're going to add a new line above this. Oops. We're going to new line. We're going to paste in the path. We're going to add a backslash and type exactly how it is. So I'm actually just going to even copy this. Make sure it's a backslash and not a forward slash. jvm.lib. Hit OK and hit apply. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and include. If we do include. And if we do this, we should have jni.h available. And if we go ahead and build solution, it succeeds. So it succeeds successfully. We've integrated everything. If it doesn't succeed, I would check your additional include directories or check if you installed JDK correctly. And make sure that when you're adding your additional include directories that you do not select JRE 1.8.02. It's JDK. We want the development kit, not the runtime. So yeah, after we've done that, we can actually just get to making our cheat. So the first thing that we're going to do is actually make the cheat, of course. So we're going to go to JNI cheat and we're going to add a new item. And this new item is going to be called timer.cpp. And the reason why we're going to be calling it timer.cpp is because for this speed hack, we have to modify the in-game timer, which measures how many ticks that the game uses. So we have to change this timer of ticks to something that makes it run quicker, because if more ticks are rendering per second, then we have a faster game. It's kind of like if you ever change the FPS in one of those old games and the game runs faster whenever you change the FPS. That's kind of how it is. So yeah, so we're going to make timer.cpp and we're going to add new item, and we're gonna call it timer.h. Okay, go ahead and add that. All right, so we're gonna go into timer.cpp now and go ahead and start. So we need to include a couple of things. So we're gonna first just include timer.h. And next we're gonna include jni.h, and we're next gonna include thread. We'll include IO stream too in case we need it. And those are gonna be the let's include Windows too, because we definitely probably need some of those. Windows.h. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and define a couple variables first. So we're gonna add static Java VM pointer, and this is gonna be how we interact with the game. So we're gonna set this to null pointer. So the way that we're gonna interact with the game is because the game is a Java, we have to get the Java environment, because Minecraft runs inside of a Java virtual machine because the game's Java and your system doesn't actually run it. Your system runs the game inside of a Java virtual machine. So we have to get that Java virtual machine in order to be able to talk with Minecraft. Like, think of it as having to get an operating, like if you have an operating system and a game is running inside the operating system, you can't go straight to the game without getting the operating system the game is running in first, if that makes sense. So we're going to do that. And then we'll go ahead and we'll just keep that. So we're going to add a, go ahead and we have to actually find the virtual machine. This is not the virtual machine because we don't have it defined anything yet. So we're going to add a variable called find JVM. And we're going to first check if JVM actually, if we've already found it. And if we have, then we'll return, have that function do nothing. Because having it defined twice is going to cause problems, because you can only have one Java VM throughout your entire project, unless it's an external. So we're going to do Java VM, and then we're going to enter the array of 1. So the first, all right. And we're going to have jsize, and then number of VMs, so number of virtual machines. Set this to 0 for now. And then now is where we're going to check if jni underscore get created VM. So this is going to get all the current created Java virtual machines, right? And then we have to check with the condition of the amount of the VMs array, 1, and then the address of the number of VMs, right? And we need that because it's a pointer. So there we go. If that's equal to jni underscore okay, so if there is a Java VM and the number of VMs is greater than 0, so there's not no Java VMs, we're gonna go ahead and set the j underscore jvm variable to the first, or it's 0 in the array, but the first Java VM that we find, which should be Minecraft because there shouldn't be any more. And then we'll go ahead and yeah, that should be it. So we can add an else statement here and go ahead and we'll do printf couldn't find a JVM. So I'll print the console if that's an issue. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and actually initialize Minecraft and get it ready in order to find the timer class before we actually write the timer thread. So yeah, let's just do it. So we're going to add a void initialize Minecraft. And now this is where we need to get the Java environment. So there's the way that Java virtual machines work is you have the virtual machine and the environment. So just think of it as the operating system and the program. So the environment, the Java environment is Minecraft. The Java virtual machine is the operating system. So we found the operating system. We need the environment. So we're going to make sure that we have to pass through the JV environment of environment like that. And then we're going to go ahead and open this up. Right. So first we need to check if we need to check if we have a Minecraft class. So let's go ahead and just create 2 static variables up here. Static is just so it doesn't get included in other CPP files. So we only really want it to this one, so we don't have any naming problems. So g underscore, let's call it Minecraft object. Right. So this is the object of Minecraft. We'll set this a node pointer, and now we need the class. So jclass. I'm sure you can see these naming conventions are pretty simple, and call it Minecraft class and set this to node pointer. Okay, so there we go. I don't know what the problem is here. I think it's just yep, there we go. So we're gonna we need to check if g_Minecraft class and g_Minecraft object exists, because we need a class and an object in order to do whatever we're going to do here. So if they already exist, then we're going to return, because we've already found both of these. So we don't need to initialize, kind of just how if we found JVM here, we don't need to do any of this. Okay. And now is where we're going to actually get into how Minecraft works. So the way Minecraft works is whenever you're trying to find the game structure, it's all obfuscated. So it's, unless you use mods to reveal naming conventions, we're just doing vanilla Minecraft, so it's all obfuscated. So the way that you find obfuscated things is by using a program called MCP Mapping Viewer. Now, if we go ahead and look here, you can see what it is: a small GUI for viewing the mappings from Minecraft obfuscated codenames to MCP codenames. So this is a way that you can see the obfuscated code, because we have to actually use the obfuscated code naming conventions in order to interact with the game. You can't just use like net Minecraft, like net Minecraft player. Like, you can't find a player like that. You have to use the obfuscated code name. So in the description, I have this link. It's a link to a GitHub issues, but it actually just contains a direct URL. So here is the direct URL. You're gonna go ahead and download this MCP mapping viewer. So go ahead and download that and extract it. I already have it right here. Make sure it's not any of the older versions. I have some older versions here. Make sure it's the version 1.0.3. And if you installed the Java runtime earlier, make sure you install the Java JDK and the runtime right here. You should be able to just run this. So we're gonna go ahead and run this. Just double click on it, and it should go ahead and run. There we go. And this is the MCP mapping viewer. So you're going to hit get versions here, and you should see the versions pop up right here. If they don't pop up, make sure that you downloaded it from this right here. Make sure you click on this one right here, download it. And we're going to go ahead and find 1.8.9. So make sure it's not any of the snapshots of 1.8.9. Make sure it's the stable 1.8.9, which is what we're using, and hit load mappings. So this is going to load all the mappings, and you'll now see this is what it's called, but this is what we can't call it. This is the obfuscated name that we have to call it by. So now we have all of the packages and their obfuscated names. So what we need right now is we need to find the Minecraft class. So in order to find the Minecraft class, we're just going to scroll down and look for the Minecraft class. So it should just say, for the SRG name, it should just say Minecraft. Let's go ahead and look for it. It won't be an entity or anything. It should be in like client, right? So let's look for client, and here we go. Here it is. So we have Minecraft here. You can see that this is the Minecraft class because it has stuff like is JVM 64-bit, is Java 64-bit, launch integrated server. This is definitely the Minecraft class. So the obfuscated name is AVE. So we're gonna go ahead and put this in. So we're gonna add a class, so jclass. MC class, we'll call it, equals, and we need to do environment, and we need to look into it by using the arrow here, and we're going to do find class, and then we have to use the obfuscated name structure. So as you see, the class name is AVE, so we're looking for AVE. If you get any of these wrong, like any of these obfuscated names wrong, or you do any of the control flow wrong, your game will instantly crash. So if you inject and your game instantly crashes whenever you turn on a feature, that is probably because you have some of the naming, the obfuscated names wrong. So that's just a quick way to know. Yeah. So we're gonna just do a check if MC class doesn't exist, then we'll go ahead and return. You could add a print here if you want, just for debugging purposes, but I know what I'm doing, so I'm not gonna do it, but yeah. Okay, so now we need the method. So what that means, we need the get Minecraft method. So if we look inside of here, right, these are all your methods. if you look, you're usually where get or these gets are, you'll see something called let's see, get Minecraft. So this is going to get the current Minecraft client, and this is what we need in order to interact with Minecraft. So we see the object username is A, and here's the srg descriptor, and this descriptor is how the function is called. So it's called with parentheses L and then a reference to net/Minecraft/client Minecraft. So net/Minecraft/client Minecraft, we can't put that in because it's obfuscated. So net Minecraft client Minecraft is actually this right here, net Minecraft client, and then here's Minecraft right here. So that's AVE. So we should do parentheses, capital L, and then AVE, semicolon. That should be the way that we call the function. So let's go ahead and call it. So that's a method. So we need to use a J method ID. Oops. And we're just going to call it get MC method. And we're going to set it equal to environment, get static method ID. And then we're going to pass through MC class because that's the Minecraft class. And we're going to pass through the method name, which is a capital A. So we're going to put capital A. Capitals do matter. Make sure it's case sensitive. And then what we know how to call it, which is parentheses L, AVE, and then a semicolon. Put another semicolon here. There's the get Minecraft method. We'll just do if not get MC method. Return. So now we have the method. Now we actually need the Minecraft instance. So we have both the things we need to get the instance. So we can go ahead and get the instance by using a J object. MC instance equals environment. Call static object method of MC class. Oops. And get MC method. So it uses these two things in order to get the class. In order to get the object. So we can get the Minecraft object. Let's add a failsafe here. So if not MC instance, we're going to return. Because if we don't want to continue if any of these things are invalid. All right, so now we can go ahead and set these global variables that we set up here. So g_Minecraft class equals, and then we have to actually convert the MC class to a global reference, convert it to a J class. So J class environment, and then we'll call it new global ref of MC class. So there we go. There's one global ref. We can go ahead and copy and paste this. And just change this to object, so obj. And we're going to pass through MC instance. Okay, so there we go. And now we officially initialize Minecraft because we have the class in the instance. So I'll go ahead and grab this printf and put initial initial, I don't know how to spell initialized Minecraft. All right, there we go. So now that we've initialized Minecraft, we can go ahead and actually make the timer hack. So first we need one for updating the timer speed. So it's going to be changing the timer speed. Because like I said, the timer is how many ticks. So we're going to change the timer speed. So we're just going to do void update timer speed. And that's just going to take the JV environment pointer. And it's going to take a float of speed because I just know from reverse engineering it that the timer is a float. So go ahead and expand this, and then we're just going to add a check if we don't have this, or we don't have the object. Then we are going to return. Okay. So now let's get the timer object. So in order to get the timer, if we take a look at MCP mapping viewer, and we look at the Minecraft class, now let's take a look at the fields here. So the fields are different than the methods. The fields are stuff that we can actually reference. So these are more kind of, I think of them as variables. Like as you see, it has JVM 64-bit, like is game paused, true or false. Like these are all true or false. So these are like variables. So if we look in the fields here and we scroll down a bit, you'll see something called timer, which is Y. So if we change, we can use this to get the timer object, which then we can change the timer speed. So let's go ahead and use this. So this is a field. So we're going to use J for Java field ID and then call it timer field ID equals environment get field ID G underscore Minecraft class, because it's in the Minecraft class. It is called, capital Y for the obfuscated name. And they don't, okay, so this is very important. These ones don't have descriptors. You kind of just have to know. So I'm just gonna assume that this is just the descriptor. Okay, so the descriptors for these are there's always going to be a capital L. So there's always going to be a capital L if it's not, for all of them. So put a capital L. And now what we need to do is for fields, the descriptor is going to be what the package is. So for timer, it's going to be the timer package, which actually does exist. If we go to Minecraft/util, we see that there is a timer package. If we scroll down right here, there is a timer package with the obfuscated name AVL. So we need to put that in the field because that is where it's getting, that's where the variable is getting the information from. It's getting it from AVL. And then of course, add a semicolon. So that's how you do descriptors for fields. So let's add if not timer field ID. We're going to return. There we go. Sorry. Move this back. Move this back. There we go. All right. So now we're gonna need. We can actually get the timer object. So the same way we did it before. J object. Timer object equals environment get object field G underscore Minecraft object timer field ID. So you can actually, just from having the Minecraft object, you can get another object just from the fields. So that's from the fields inside of the object. So that's just something very useful. And check if not timer object. You don't need to add these if statements. I'm just going to add them just for good practice purposes. All right, so now we should be able to just get the class. So let's just get the class. So J class timer class equals environment find class, and then we said AVL, as you see right here, AVL. If not timer class, oops, return. Okay, and now we're going to enter the J field ID. There we go, J field ID, and this is going to be the speed field ID. So this is going to be for the timer speed, and this is going to equal environment, and then this is going to be get field ID. And now we need to go into the timer class. So we have the timer class right here. Now we actually need to get the name in this the obfuscated name and the signature, which is usually either a float or a double. So let's take a look here. So let's go inside of the timer class like this, and let's look into the fields, because there's only one thing that says update timer here, and this just is just a method that just updates the timer, which we actually, it's not going to do anything. It's just going to keep it up to date. We need one that actually changes it. So let's go ahead and look for, here we go, timer speed. So if we look at the comment, it's a multiplier to make the timer and therefore the game go faster or slower. 0.5, it gives you example. 0.5 makes the game run at half speed. So we need to do slower or faster. So let's go ahead and use this. So it's going to be D. So we're going to add comma, and then we're going to add D, and then we're going to add a comma here. And this, we know from here that this takes a float. So we know from from over here that this is a float. So we're just going to put capital F. Like I said, you only know that from reverse engineering the game. And then, of course, if not speed field ID return. Okay. And now we can actually set the float field. So let's do environment set float field. So this is going to set that field of, and then we're going to pass through timer object, the field of the object, and then the actual speed. So let's go ahead and just make, actually we can just put pass through speed here because I forgot we already made, it's already in our function. So this function is going to just change the update the timer speed right here. So after we're done too, we're gonna want to delete those local references that we made. So let's do delete just for cleaning purposes, so we don't absolutely lag our computer out. And for performance, delete the timer object, because we're getting it every time anyway. We call this function. We don't want leftover local references to these things. So that's just a way to clean it up. Yeah, so we have one for updating the timer. Let's go ahead and actually make a thread that's going to run. So yeah, so in order to do this, we're going to need to check if the timer is actually running. So we're going to do a static std atomic of a bool and just call g_running and initialize it as false. We'll make two more, and we'll make one called static. We'll make a thread called g_timer thread because we need to make the timer run in a thread. And we'll have a static float g_timer speed equals 1.0 f for a float. And this is so we can change it from IMGY pretty quickly. All right. So scroll down here, back down here, and let's go ahead and make our timer thread. So we're going to call it void timer thread. Open this up. We're going to do while g_running dot load. So while it's running, if we do not have the Java virtual machine, then we're going to we'll just sleep for like 100 seconds and then continue, and then we'll just go and we'll go and do printf and call it JVM not init. So that'll just tell us that it's an initialized sleep before continuing. Okay, so now we need our environment. So we'll do JNI environment pointer of env equals null pointer. If, and then we're going to do g_jvm, and then we're going to do attach to current thread. So this is going to attach to Minecraft, and this is where we need to pass a void double pointer with the address of the environment. So we already have the environment. So get the address of the environment, null pointer. And then we're going to do is not equal to JNI_OK. So there we go. And we don't, in the environment, or the environment is not valid. Then we need to add a parenthesis here, so there's no errors. And we're going to printf failed to attach to JVM. We'll sleep for 100 seconds before continuing. Okay, so now we can just go ahead and initialize Minecraft with this and with the environment, and then we can go ahead and update update timer speed with the environment and the global timer speed variable. And then we're going to detach from the current thread for performance purposes. And sleep for 100 seconds just to update it 10 times per second. Okay. Now we need to do void init timer hack because we need to call this in DLL main because we want to find the JVM in our DLL main. So make an initialize timer hack, and we'll put this in our header file in a second here. We're also going to need one for starting the timer hack, so call it start timer hack thread. We'll check if it's already running. So if it is, we're going to return. And then we're going to go ahead and store true in that atomic. And then we're going to do g_timer thread equals std thread timer thread. Okay. And finally, we're going to add one for stopping the timer hack. So we'll just do void stop timer hack thread. And then we're going to do g_running dot store false, just to stop the thread from running. We're going to check if the timer thread is joinable. And if it is joinable, then we're going to join it. Okay. We're going to check if we still have the Java virtual machine. Then we're going to do JNI environment pointer env equals null pointer. And now we need to attach to the global thread and then delete those global refs. So let's do if g_jvm attach current thread void double point. Actually, we can I just realized we just did this. So take this, paste it in here, add another parenthesis, and we just get rid of this. There we go. There's too many parentheses here apparently. There we go. Then we're going to, let's go ahead and reset the timer speed. So update timer speed to the normal speed, which is 1.0. And we're going to delete the global ref. So if g_Minecraft object environment delete global ref g_Minecraft object and then we're going to set that to null pointer. Okay. Take this if statement, throw another one under for the class. There we go, just like that. And then finally, we're going to do g_jvm and detach from the current thread. Just like that. Let's go ahead and also just make a function for actually just setting the timer speed. I don't think we have one yet, right? We have one for updating. We don't have one for setting. So let's just do set timer speed and then just set the global variable equal to speed. Okay, so then we can pass the global variable, as you see in the update timer speed, and we can change this to whatever we want in our IMGUI, and we should be fine. So let's go into our timer.h and add void init timer hack. void set timer speed float speed, void start timer hack thread, and void stop timer hack thread. Okay, so here we go. We have all three of our our functions in here, and now we can go ahead and go into our render that we had. So here's our render, and in here we can go ahead and actually make it render our timer. So we already have our Minecraft internal cheat here. We're gonna go ahead above where we have our bool show menu, and below it actually we'll just do static bool timer hack enabled, because that's what we need for the checkbox. And we're gonna need a static float timer speed, and make sure this is on 1.0f automatically because we don't want to start it faster. Let's go ahead and make our checkbox. So if I'm GUI, checkbox, call it enable timer hack. Enable timer hack, and then timer hack enabled. If timer hack enabled, so if it's enabled, then we'll init the timer hack. We're going to set the timer speed to timer speed, and we're going to start. And we're going to start timer hack thread. Else we're just going to stop timer hack thread. Go ahead and add timer.h to fix all of those errors. Okay. And now you can go ahead and go down here and add if I'm GUI slider float. I spelled this wrong. Slider float. And we'll put timer speed. And then a comma and timer speed 0.1f. So we're going to do 0.1f, 10.0f. So that's just going to be our timer. We can either slow it down or make it quicker. We're going to set timer speed of timer speed. So yeah, that's just going to set the timer speed with the checkbox here. And then we can actually go in here and make sure the timer hack is also initialized here if we don't catch it in our MGUI. Add timer.h and make sure that we stop the timer thread whenever we're about to close. So. Okay, so that should be it. Let's go ahead and build and see if we have any errors here. I wrote this kind of fast, so I might have made some mistakes. Let's see. I think a timer.cpp built. Yep. All right. So we successfully built. Let's go ahead and launch our 1.8.9 here. And let's go ahead and also launch our extreme injector. Oops. Now, what is very important is before you inject, I would go ahead and close MCP mapping viewer because this is gonna, as you see, it's gonna try and inject into that instead of Minecraft. So I'm gonna go ahead and try that. I'm gonna go ahead and add my correct DLL here. Let's go ahead and go into 64-bit, debug, and anticheat, and we're just gonna go ahead and open it and inject it. All right, let's go ahead and hit insert on our keyboard, and here we go. We have enable timer hack and the timer speed. So I'm just going to go ahead and load into a creative world. All right, it's going to be a little laggy because of I have a little thing set on the computer to slow it down so my computer doesn't crash. We're gonna go ahead and just crank the speed up and enable it, and let's see if we move any quicker. All right, yeah, there we go. So as you see, we're moving extremely fast. If we disable it, you see everything. Oops, seems there's something wrong that when we disable it, we're still at the same timer. So let's go ahead and fix that real quick. All right, so let's go ahead and fix this. So we can easily fix this by going into timer.cpp and going to our stop timer hack function. And oh, yep, here's the problem. I am actually only fixing the timer if the JVM can't attach the current thread. So we're gonna go ahead and just set this to equals equals instead of equals. Okay, so another error that we have here is I'm actually trying to cast a object. For some reason, I'm trying to cast it to a class. This is from copying and pasting. So I'm sorry again, another copy paste issue. I don't know how I didn't catch that. Don't cast an object to a class. It doesn't make any sense. Don't do that. Your game will crash. So let's go ahead and launch the game now. And this should work now. So yeah, the two updates that we did is make sure we're not casting to a class for the object, and make sure that we're setting this to not this part. This part is equal to JNOK, or else none of this code is going to run at all. So let's go ahead and inject. All right, let's go ahead and open our menu and enable our timer hack. And you see, crank it up, it goes faster. If we turn it off, it's disabled. And you can just spam this as many times as you want. You can turn this down to slow. And yeah, so the problem is solved now. We've officially made our Minecraft speed hack. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. One thing, I do have, I don't know why you guys haven't seen this yet, I do have a Discord. It's in the link in the description. 24/7 support. All of my videos, all C++. I'm in there all the time talking to viewers. Go ahead. I will literally help you with your code any time of the day. I'm always free. So go ahead and pop in there if you guys have any issues. Link is in the description. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.